But you never know.
It's possible. We've seen it way back before, but full damage Paquito, I mean, we saw it from Aran, and it's definitely a big problem. If you're trying to play with Mathilda and the extra bit of mobility, you won't get mobility if you get deleted.
Oh, beautiful.
That is going to be the Yves though, and the Terizla as well. All these slows and all the maneuvers that Mathilda can bring to the table as well.
Yeah. Snowball is what they're looking for, and I think they kind of wanted that Yves to be picked up. Now they want to dive to the Yves and splash her with water. That doesn't sound threatening, but you know, in this
water
case,
can hurt.
Yeah, it can.
You know, water can flow or it can crash.
All right, Bruce Lee.
And like when you cry,
Whoa.
it's water,
Oh, okay.
right?
I thought it was a rock.
Exactly.
1-1, game 3.
The looks of confusion on the English desk. But we'll have to see. Can Onic pull off the snowball right here? Kadita, man. We haven't seen it in a long time. Technically, there are a lot of ways to counter it, so we'll see what will be the solution that Dewa can come up with.
I mean, they certainly are anticipating that Onic want to go for a snowball. They're anticipating the aggression that the Sky Kings will want to protrude onto them. 3 purifies by Dewa. Ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion of this best of 3 series with Dewa pushing it to a game number 3. Let's see how this pans out as we dive into the Land of Dawn.
All right, man. The 3 purifies on the side of Dewa means that Sans is very limited when it comes to actually going for those pickoffs. But it also means that Dewa are relatively immobile, which means I think in this game, Lutfi has a lot more to be doing. And of course, Keyboy with the Arlet. If they can both go towards the backline, there is no flicker security, especially for Kaze. So when he's moving around the map, especially in the early game, he's going to be so limited, he has to move along with his friends, and he can't really move independently. If you look at the emblems though, agility for Drian and Watt, they want to be fast moving around the map. CW, of course, with more aggressive play, but Sans, even with the pull yourself together, he wants more petrified.
Well, Drian so low, guiding win. It's right there. Gary takes it as Kyrie secures the green camp, but Brave Smite on Kyrie.
Brave Smite Fredrin will be a lot more beneficial if you're in long drawn-out fights where you can just proc that Brave Smite again and again. Means that he's going to be slower in clearing though, especially against Gary on the Akai. That might prove to be a important factor in how the early game objective contests do go.
Okay. 2 minutes have elapsed. And in terms of the purifies versus the flickers, I guess they're anticipating that Drian can guiding wind them out to safety or even aggressively if it needs be. But that does really require a huge amount of chemistry and communication as well. So with Kyrie on his particular set of emblems, with this 1v1 in the neutral objective, with both at the same level, it's going to be curious to see who gets it.
The Fredrin, an answer to the Akai. You can move me away, but I can stab and retreat. Final slash. And a first blood picked up by Mr. Power Wave, Terry, in the XP.
Animal cruelty from the Porcupines, beating up on the Panda.
Save the Pandas, man.
Save the Pandas is what Dewa wants to do, but we'll see, man. Onic has shown, again, they have a lot of burst damage, and I feel like Dewa has to put a lot of emphasis in the gold lane. If later on CW keeps snowballing out of control right here, it's going to be so dangerous for them because the torn apart memory, right, can just secure those kills if they don't purify in time or get out of the way in time.
Look at this. Kyrie's playing this Fredrin very aggressively, kind of like an assassin. I mean, he does have a lot of sustain. Doesn't have retreat though. Already used that up earlier, so Gary will take that camp away from him.
By the way, item-wise, CW has a Heptasis, it seems like. No boots until now. Is what the item, the inventory shows us earlier. If that's the case, that's really early.
They do have a 1k gold lead at the moment. It still can ping pong either way. But if we're talking about Snowball, Onic also needs to be aware of Watt at the moment. And it's not going to be as simple to take him down as well because he's on the Purify. And if they're hitching their bets on Sands, on the Kadita, that's a big problem if they want to play pickoff.
I think the Kadita will have to be a lot more hidden. You can't really bank on just crowd control anymore. You just have to use the surprise factor. Because even though you can purify or get out of the initial lock, the Breath of the Ocean as well, the rough waves will still do a lot of damage.
Circling Eagle up top to deny Lutpi of that proxy, of that cut. And Onic will move towards this neutral objective, carry a whole level ahead despite not having the concussive blast to help him with the clear. T-Boy has a final slash, displaces Gary, and now it's a Petrify under the Brazier's Wrath, and Gary actually goes in to pin them down instead, almost loses his life for it. But now they will concede the turtle. There is no way for Gary to contest this, and look at Keyboy just trying to zone as much as possible to give Kyrie this free turtle. And he still hasn't used the retry. They might be looking for some more. Green camp, the camp that killed him. It's revenge time for Kyrie.
It's revenge on a camp, not even a player for Kyrie here, but oh.
Purify used up already by Watt. Final slash and a flicker as well. Turn apart memory to cut him down in the back.
It's taken down. 1v1 Watt for Keyboy.
Gold lane for Rome, it's still very much worth it for Onic. And there's a lot of gold in the pockets of CW as well. You called it earlier, Turna. Having a solid gold laner that's winning his lane is something that Onic is using right here. And especially with Brody, he's set up for that dive so well because of how staggered your basic attack animations are.
Look at this zone. Just walks up and nearly used. Lutpi has to take a turret. Easy CW. Does he still not have boots? He's still on the... Wait. Didn't you say he had the head disease? Did he sell the head disease?
No, the inventory showed that earlier, but I think it might be inaccurate. Going for... According to the big screen, he has a Malefic Roar right here.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Did he have the head disease before? Was it...
Did I miss-see? I have to roll it back later on, but... Ooh, big dive from the side of Dewa. Immediately just outplayed by Onic.
Wow, I mean, Malefic Roar first item from the looks of it. We'll have to see again if he accidentally sold the Hep Disease or if it was a mistake. But okay. In the bottom lane, looking for a siege now. Gee, that damage, what? Forced to back away instantly. That's a free turret to Onic.
All right. It's Sans though with the Blood Wings actually as his main item. He's going to go for Drian.
Petrify it. Purify though from Keyboy. Oh, actually from Sans, and Keyboy capitalized on that Petrify CC. Now it's Kaze who gets knocked up just a bit there by the knockout strike of Lutpi, and they go towards the turtle, third turtle of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, and it might just be all Onic despite the Akai being on the side of Dewa. But yeah, Hep Disease was built. I don't know, we'll have to see if the items in the big screen is bugged out or... Okay,
but it was shown.
It was shown, it was shown. You did not miss Arashi. Kimura, penalty zone. Onto the back, Gary goes in as well, and it's still Kai! Despite the heavy spin, now Lutpi wants to go to that much, trying to 3-man final slash into the Brazier's Wrath. Ria now will be caught in the midst of 4 Onic members. And look at this, they're sandwiching Dewa. Gary, taunted, stab, double for Kyrie. Keyboy doesn't want to let this go. Now it's a vengeance on top of a vengeance. Watt gets a trade back, Drian gets a photo. But that's all they could go for.
Sans is on the way though. Can Sans catch Watt here?
Seems to be attempting to do so, but he mispredicts. Great call for Watt to recall, not in the bush, right? That extra few seconds would have costed him his life there. But Onic again showing that with enough damage, even though you win out in the utility, in the slows, in the shielding, it doesn't matter if we have enough damage to punch through it. In Lutpi's case, quite literally. And the fact that they are all so strong right now, it means that even under the turrets, Dewa has to think twice about sticking around for Onic to set up for a big dive due to how easily they can just set up huge nukes from their heroes.
Going for it again?
Oh, beautiful final splash. Watt pops in a Purify, one more shot! CW gets the fade away. Now another shot down. Double kill for Tewe on the Brody.
Talk about snowball. 7.1k gold lead already built in for the Sky Kings. 3-0-1 on CW. This is definitely not the outcome that Dewa are expecting. And at this rate, I don't think they can wait for Watt to go for a snowball like they did in game number 2.
Oof. Both teams right here just duking it out, but Onic just has so much more to do. Sans though, with the usual Sans stuff, man. With his idle build, he went for the Blood Wings for extra bit of survivability, more damage, and he can get out of sticky situations considering how aggressively he's been playing. I mean, look at him!
That's the Blood Wings doing work for you. Another CC immune oddity as he gets out.
Bro.
This is what he did against Alter Ego 2, and it ended up with Sellyboy dying in game 3. Sans now landing Truncheon and CW DHS.
Wow, that's a lot of more damage, but look at that preemptive flicker from Kimura right there. That's the kind of threat that Onic brings to the table. What now with the golden staff? He will be doing a lot more damage, but can he even survive? He's all doing the bottom, and Onic will be able to go for a full-on Lord here.
Yeah, and look, he wants to kind of force him. Oh, 2 jabs and a knockout strike, and it's a solo kill!
No.
Lupi gets it done! What no wind of nature! And that's a power wave from the Paquito. Sans trying to run away, Kimura trying to go for it. Oh, Gary steals it away from under the rug from Onic. And they have saved the game, but not for now. Lupi, knockout strike. Oh, CC immune, and still the double jab into the back. Now flicker out, penalty zone by Kimura. Not landing here.
Wait, how did Gary get the Lord? He's 3 levels below Kyrie at the moment.
It's the Akai. It just gives him superpowers. And that's a great Lord for the side of Dewa, but the power of Onic is still very much in play. They are the ones taking out turrets, and they're trying to clear this Lord out and deny any kind of value from the side of Dewa. CW right now is just an absolute menace, man. He's just chunking down members left and right. Malefic going to DHS for a good balance of damage. Gary though,
He retreated and headbutted to his death, to his own demise. Miscalculation or mishap, you decide. Win of nature though for CW.
that win of nature, it means that against Watt, he's going to have a comfortable time going in for the big duel, the 1v1s. And technically against Kimura as well, it can be an option. But for now, he's relatively safe. Even in these big fights, no one is actually having the leeway to even deal with him. We talked about the Yve potentially zoning him out. If the Yve sits there and tries to do that, you know Sans has his eyes on keys.
Could Dewa be potentially tilting here? With the way that they're playing at the moment? I mean, the stakes are definitely much higher for them. They are currently in the red zone, number 8. So this game definitely means a lot more to them than it does to Onic, who is still comfortable at level 3.
Just like that, though, Sans once again abuses the Kadita passive. We've talked about it a lot.
And the Blood Wings.
It's just so underrated. The Blood Wings lets him escape even faster.
So it is a bug. The hepatitis is there.
Wait, what?
It's the bug in the big screen. We'll have to report that later.
We need confirmation here, but okay, with the hepatitis, that makes sense. That's why his burst damage has just been so much more dangerous. So for Dewa now, that's the question here. With the 2 wands built for keys, he doesn't have a lot of cooldown reduction though. Fight breaks out and Gary's forced to use the heavy spin immediately, right? Before anything even happens. Even if they want to go for the long duration poke gameplay, trying to abuse that Yve pick, Onic just isn't letting it happen. If they misstep just by a bit, you know that the flank is about to happen. And look at where Lutpi is positioning, man. He is just a trapdoor waiting to spring.
They understand Watt's pattern. They understand that Watt likes to go in for the far lane, but again, Gary.
Whoa, a Circling Eagle as well. A commitment to get to the back, and Sans gets some isolation in the back. That's just a free kill. Gary 0-4 and 0. He got the Lord once, but now it seems like he won't even have a say on the next Lord. That is going to be enhanced in the 13th minute of the game.
That's such unfortunate timing for Gary in particular. The fact that he was able to get that retry over Kyrie earlier on. Why did he go in and commit for that engage in the top side?
I think he felt like he had information, and exactly because the Lord was about to spawn, he wants some control, some space to operate, to try, potentially go for another steal. But Onic just immediately punishes it, and they know they have a lot more crowd control. And funny enough, what was done by Terizla in game 1 and 2, right now Sans is doing with the Kadira. He's not going for a big one-shot, big full lockdown combo. He's just using the rough waves to immediately zone away any kind of backline follow-up from the front lines of Dewa.
And that's a flicker burnt out already there for Kimura. The sudden penalty zone flicker, not available anymore. Watts getting out of that battle mirror, or getting out of the Breath of the Ocean with the battle mirror image. 2 base turrets taken down, and Onic will continue this chokehold that they have on Dewa with the bottom wave. They have a Brody, in the famous words of Wolf at the M5 Grand Finals final game. CW can't siege this base turret so easily, and Gary again gets chunked down. Real world manipulation popped in, but look at Sans stopping the real world manipulation, giving CW time to hit that turret. It took him 4 hits, and now Kimura as well. Torn apart memory, taking him down, but the penalty zone actually saves him for a bit. One last shot, beautiful save by Drian.
That's just so much damage, so much pressure. Everything that Dewa are trying to use to really counter Onic are being shut down completely. The utility just kited away from. The damage outmatched. The zoning just denied again and again. With no base turrets now, it seems like it's only a matter of time unless Dewa can get a pickoff. They have to try and go for something crazy right here before Onic just slowly but surely cruises to an easy victory.
It looks like Onic are fulfilling a particular expectation before the season. It's not enough for pro players to just anticipate their movements and anticipate what they're going to play, but their habits. And you can see that Onic understand that. That's why it looks like they're always a step ahead before Dewa even decide to do it, because they understand the players and their habits. It's insane to see. That's why the Paquito pickup was brilliant, because they knew that when Dewa look at a team fight and they assess that they're not going to be able to win it, Watt usually finds a trade on the other side of the map to go for objectives, but now he can't, even though he is on a clock, because in that 1v1 versus the Paquito, we saw what happened. It was a solo kill that was given to Lutfi.
Maybe if the game keeps going, there's a chance that Lutfi can get outmatched by Watt and his mechanics. We've seen it before, but it's quite a long way to go with Onic being 12k gold ahead. And I dare say, I would go a step further and say that Onic are actually the ones that are making Dewa fall into their old habits, right? They know how Dewa plays, and they are pressing the right buttons to dictate how Dewa can approach these situations. Like earlier, forcing Gary to try and contest for some objectives, for some control on the map, and then immediately punishing him. Now, let's see what's the next plan, what's their next diabolical step in just dismantling Dewa.
Gary's not 15 yet.
Nope. Haven't been able to get farm.
That's so crazy. It's been 17 minutes.
They're trying to force this, but no, they're too far away. They can't even go for it now. It's an engage from Keyboy. Final slash on the 2. Lutfi in the knockout strike in the back. CW dealing some damage. Gary pinning down CW, but he is able to flicker out in time. Now it's rough waves into the back again. A good taunt out to Watt, who has a win in nature and a Purify, but Lutfi is waiting in the back, waiting for the battle mirror image, finding the knockout to take him out, and Yi might just follow as well. But it's a shutdown. Well played to Gary for peeling his mid laner, but still, Onic, that's a good trade. Keyboy with a final slash to eradicate K's, and now another vengeance to set up for CW, who can go for some more damage, but Trion gets Gary back to safety. Now, mini waves crashing down into the base. CW still free hitting, going for the members before going for the base, and they will be able to take them out one by one. They want to take Drian down with them. It's a wipeout to end the series, 2-1.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Sky Kings show their revenge. They show their teeth in leg number 2 of this matchup. Winning it, turning the entire story around. 2-1 for the Sky Kings against the Sons of Gods.
It's looking good until it wasn't.